What's up, guys? Happy Friday. I usually do these on Thursday, but I was very busy this week shooting YouTube videos, so had to come on Friday. So excited to be here. Hope you guys are doing well. I don't have any guests on today, so just wanted to see if you guys had any questions about real estate. I wanted to chat real estate. I know most of you guys that are watching are in real estate, and so we just wanted to come on and see if you guys had any questions, or if you wanted to chat, or if you wanted to join my IG Live. If you want to join my IG Live, hit the request button. I don't mind having you guys on. We'll have a chat. And just curious to find out what you guys are seeing in your marketplace. So what's up, Edwin Viafan, Giovanni Hinderlitter? I'm gonna botch these names. I'm sorry, guys. Giyahara, what's up? If you guys have any questions about the market, let me know. The market here is stabilizing, which is really nice to see. There's a little bit more inventory. We're not getting as many offers. It's a little bit more neutral, a little bit more, but it's still a hot seller's market. There's still not a lot of inventory, but that's not in every sector. There's some sectors, and when I say sector, I'm talking about area and price, right? So like, I was doing a CMA for a prospect yesterday, and he's got a $4 million house in Venice, and I told him that even though it's a hot seller's market, there's about 5 properties that would be competing with his, right? And there's only been one sale in the last 30 days in the $4 million range in that area in Venice. So it's not really a hot seller's market for that specific house, right? So when you're looking at doing kind of an analysis for a client, and you want to tell them what's going on, you want to do your research first, and then you can better understand what's going on for that specific property. Because even though we're in a hot seller's market, that doesn't mean in every price range in a specific area it's hot. Right, so like maybe in Venice in the 1 to 2 it's hot, or in the 2 to 3 is hot, but maybe in the 4 to 5 in a certain part of Venice it's not so hot. So it's really good to understand that, and that way you can speak to your clients wisely. What's up, Keisha? How you doing? If you guys want to hop on, I only have one person on right now. What's up? Is everybody on vacation right now or something? I know a lot of my friends are in Europe right now, or they're traveling somewhere, which is awesome. I'm out here working hard, trying to build my business and grind. But I'm sure I'll be taking a vacation probably in August or in September, which will be really nice. But for now, it's all about the grind for me. Giovanni says, when you first got into real estate, how did you break into luxury market, especially in such a competitive market like Beverly Hills? Great question. Well, I first started selling real estate in Rancho Cucamonga, and with my mom in 2006, because that's where I went to high school, and that's after college I went straight there. And selling houses in between $200,000 to $600,000 back in 06 to 09. And my mom always said, you should sell luxury real estate in Beverly Hills. And I'm like, I don't know anybody there. Like, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna, what am I gonna do, right? And back then, back in 09, that was right in the middle of the Great Recession. There was no teams, right? Teams is kind of like a new thing, probably like 4 to 5 years ago, when that whole kind of theme started, where people started building teams within a brokerage. So when I moved to LA, I probably would have joined a team, but there was no teams. So I became somebody's assistant, and you guys probably know who he is. He was on $1 Million Listing, Chad Rogers. And I sent an email blast out to like 15,000 agents, and I got like 20 interviews. Because I had a pretty good resume, right? I mean, I had been selling real estate on my own for 3 years. I knew everything about the transaction, so I could definitely help somebody out. What's up, Alex? And so that kind of led me into becoming a good assistant. And there was no ego there. I was like, I was an agent in Rancho, I can be an assistant in Beverly Hills. That was not a problem with me. I still, I wanted to learn the areas. I wanted to learn from the best. And I could have gone on my own and just kind of struggled my way to where I'm at now. But I decided to become an assistant, learn from the best, be at a really good brokerage. That was one of my biggest goals, is to be helping somebody who has been selling really expensive real estate, high-end, luxury real estate, as well as somebody who was at a really good brokerage. So that was really important for me. And, when I was doing my research, Hilton and Hyland was the top luxury broker in LA. And so when I got a call from Chad and he said, hey, I'm looking for an assistant, I was like, absolutely, like I would love to meet with you. And then I ended up working with him for 10 years. My role as an assistant changed after about, I would say, 2 years, and it became almost like a hybrid role. Like he was the team leader, I was an agent under him, I was helping him with his deals, but we also had an assistant for about 5 years. But it was a good partnership. We worked together for a long time. I probably should have left sooner, but I think I was just a little scared to go out on my own. But I ended up doing that after I joined Tom Ferry, and now I'm growing my own team. What's up, KJ? How you doing? So Katie Jack is going to be doing an IG live here pretty soon. At least I hope so. But I'm gonna push her to do an IG live. Katie Jack is an agent on my team, and she just closed a $3.7 million deal in Brentwood. So congrats to Katie Jack on that. Let's see who else is here. So Giovanni, let me know if I answer your question. But there's different ways to enter into the luxury real estate industry. Again, if I was coming here now, I would probably join a team. I probably wouldn't be an assistant. But back then, that was the best move for me. All right. Mia, what's up? Heather Chesser, what's up? Anna Presti Realtor, what's up? Alex Laskas, my social media manager from Romania, but he lives in Dublin, what's up? Katie Jack, what's up? Buenas raíces, Giovanna, ¿cómo estás? Priscilla, what's up? Simon, what's up? So let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm not here to speak about anything in specific. I just wanted to talk about real estate. I've been doing these IG lives for the last 2 years now. I remember when I first, no problem, thank you. I remember when I first started when I first started doing these IG lives a few years ago, I probably had like one person come on and watch me. It was actually my brother or his fiance. Now I'm getting some more people here, which is pretty cool. But I want to continue doing these IG lives so that I can have a presence on here. And I'm also going to be transcribing all these IG lives into podcasts. But what I love about the IG lives is just like that instant connection with my followers. But not only that, but I love to interview people on my IG live. So Giovanni, if you want to jump on the IG live right now and chat, hit up the request button. And Alex Laskas, I know I've been asking you to come on my IG live, man. If you want to come on my IG live, you better hit the request button. All right. So let's talk about the market, because it's an interesting market right now. I have my iPad up right now, so I'm gonna be showing you guys some infographics that I got from KCM. If you guys haven't heard of KCM, you guys should look them up. It's called Keeping Current Matters, and they do a lot of research around real estate, and they do it to help out real estate agents. So you can subscribe to their service. I think it's like $25 or like $35 a month. And then what they'll do is they'll send you great infographics so that you can use for your social media, for your appointments, for your meetings with your clients, or whatever you want to do it for your marketing. But a lot of its stuff is really, really good. So let me show you this infographic right here. It says, history proves recession does not equal a housing crisis. Okay. I think that's really, really good. Obviously, we're headed into recession if we're not already in one. And when you're talking to clients, it's always important to be the educator, right? Everybody's reading all the news on their iPhone or on their Android, and all the news is all headlines, and the headlines do more to scare people than to educate people. So when you're talking to your clients, you want to educate them because you are an expert, right? Think of yourself as a real estate advisor and not really like more of a salesperson, right? So if you're a real estate advisor, people are going to trust you more. So if you kind of go into it with that kind of education, education type of mentality, then people are going to trust you more, right? Instead of being salesy, right? So we're just there to educate people. We can't push anybody to buy, or we can't push anybody to sell. We can just educate them on why they should buy, and maybe educate them on why they should sell right now, depending on their situation, right? But this slide shows us in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in the last 6 recessions, there's only been a downturn in appreciation 2 times. Once was obviously the Great Recession, when depreciation went down by 20%, right? And then the other time was in '91, when it only went down by 1.9%, right? Even during COVID, obviously we see that it went up by 6% during COVID, the recession. So it's important, like a slide like that would be really good to share with your followers or to your clients, right? At a listing presentation or at a buyer consultation, so that you can educate them and so that they understand. Because a lot of people think that the market's going to crash, the real estate market's going to crash. And I don't have a crystal ball, and that may be the case, but all the signs are showing that we're not going to see a housing crash per se. Will things slow down a little bit? Yes. I mean, I think all the experts are saying that we'll see less sales, but appreciation is going to continue to rise, which I think is probably the most important thing for people, right? Because if you think of real estate, you're thinking as an investment. So when you're looking at the different investment assets out there, like stocks and bonds and crypto and other types of assets, we're always looking at, is my asset going to appreciate in value, or is it going to depreciate, right? We don't want a depreciating asset. We want an appreciating asset, right? So, in the last 3 years, real estate really has been the only asset class that has gone up in value. Stocks have gone down, crypto has gone down, and the only thing that's left is real estate there, and that's been really powerful. It's been really strong. So if I'm talking to a buyer and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to be waiting until there's a crash or the prices go down," I say, "You know what? Listen, I don't have a crystal ball, but based on what's going on in the marketplace, I don't see that happening." And they may ask me why, and then I can let them know that I think it's 40% of houses are owned all cash, right? 40%. So in the last since the Great Recession, since 2009, since 2010, there's been very, very strict and tight lending standards. So there's not those subprime loans or those 0% loans that were rampant back in that last surge from like 04 to 07, where every lender was giving out money to anybody. You could have been somebody making $10,000 and you're buying a house for $500,000, and there's no reason why you should be buying a house that expensive. So in the last decade or so, everybody who's purchased a property has had to put at least 20% down, maybe in areas where there's more FHA loans, 3.5%. But every year, real estate has gone up at probably an average of 5 or 6% in most areas. So even if you've owned a house, say that you bought a house FHA last year, your house went up, 6%, you put down 3.5%, you have about 10% in equity. Right? So unless the market takes a really, really strong shift and we're seeing a lot more inventory and a lot less demand, we're not really going to see prices go down, right? So I think that's really important to keep in mind. Diego Arjeta, what's up? Kim and Via for sale in Turkey. Oh, what's up? Jay Reynolds Homes, what's up? If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm just going to be talking about real estate. If you guys want to hop on the IG Live and say hi and ask a question live with me, that'd be cool too. I would be happy to answer any questions there. But yeah, I mean, I would definitely follow KCM. They have a lot of great infographics for you to look at and share. One of the infographics I don't have right now, but it said something about interest rates. If rates went up over 1% in a short period of time, it doesn't correlate with prices going down. Actually, prices continue to rise. I think like 4 of the 5 times that interest rates went up by over 1%. So even though rates went up over 2%, it doesn't mean that prices are going to go down. I think it's a very easy general rule, right? It's all supply and demand. I think that's probably the simplest thing that we can look at in terms of whether or not we'll see a downturn in prices is, supply and demand. If there's more supply and less demand, we'll see prices go down. But right now we're still seeing very limited supply. And I think the main reason is because, millennials are buying, and millennials are a 20-year span. So anybody from I think 22, 23 up to like 40, 42, that's a huge section of millennials. It's like the biggest cohort of a generation. They're larger than the baby boomers. So the baby boomers really surged everything back in the 60s, 70s, 80s. But now those baby boomers, guess who their kids are? They're the millennials, right? And now either they're giving their kids money or the millennials have their own money and they're buying a lot of real estate. So there's a lot of demand for housing. Here in California, there's a shortage for housing. So, they're allowing people to split lots now. It's called a rule called SB 9. There's a thing called an ADU. So if you're not from California, if you are, you'll know what that means. Accessory dwelling unit. They're basically allowing any person, any homeowner that has a garage to convert that into an actual guest house or living space. That wasn't allowed back then, or maybe it was allowed, but it would be much harder to get. Now it's really easy, right? So with the housing shortage here in California, we're going to continue to see the prices go up, and that's why you're seeing huge REITs and institutions buying a bunch of real estate, because they know that's going to be hot for a while. Not only houses or apartments, multifamily units, but it's always a good investment. So again, if you're talking to buyers and they're on the fence about buying, then maybe you should give them some stats about what's going on in the market, about what interest rates, if they go up, what does that mean? Or you can talk about how much equity, people have in their homes. And people aren't just going to give away their homes, right? The only reason we'll see houses come down in prices is if there's going to be too much supply and too little demand. And we'll see, people getting desperate to sell, and then they'll lower the price, right? So, if we're seeing a lot of price reductions right now, that's not because, people are getting desperate. It's because people probably overpriced their house, right? But again, it's very area specific and price specific. Like I said earlier today, when I was doing a CMA for a client in Venice in the $4 million range, west of Lincoln, there were not that many sales in the last 30 days, and there's about 5 properties that are on the market. So I would say it's probably a neutral market. I would say it'll probably take in between 4 to 5 months to sell that property. Anyway, let me know if you guys have any questions. Otherwise, I have a coaching call with one of my team members, Katie Jack, here in a little bit. But Kim, if you have any questions, Via, if you have any questions, Jay Reynolds, if you have any questions, I am Natty Bea. If you have any questions, let me know. Or Giovanni, if you have any other questions, let me know. Simon, Priscilla, let me know where you guys are tuning in from. What part of United States or the world you're tuning in from. Would love to find out. I want to find out what's going on in your marketplace. It's been a long week. We've been shooting a lot of YouTube video this week with my videographer. So I'm going to start really pumping a lot of effort into my YouTube channel, because I know that's really important now to build a brand and grow my team. So we shot 3 long form videos this week, and we shot 20 short form videos. So 20 real TikTok type videos and YouTube shorts. And then we did about 4 long form videos. We did 3 this week and then 1 the week before. One of those long form videos is going to be 30 lead sources for real estate agents. So that's going to be a really good one for you guys to watch. I also did one on the 5 things to consider if you're buying in Beverly Hills. The other one is going to be a neighborhood tour of the Venice canals. And then the last one is going to be, I just forgot. How to create a mega open house to get top dollar. So those are going to be some really, really good videos and good content. That should be probably out on my YouTube channel. I would say early July, mid-July. I'm still kind of new to this whole, videography stuff. It's a lot of work. So I have a lot of respect for those agents and those people in general that do a lot of content, like video content. It's a lot of thought process behind it, a lot of research, and then the execution of actually shooting the video. If you're not comfortable with being on video, that's also really hard. And that's, I'm not comfortable being on video. I don't know if anybody is naturally, unless you're like an actor. And even actors, though, it's very tough. I've been finding that after a 3-hour video shoot for my YouTube channel, I'm exhausted. I just want to go home and just relax. So, but excited to give you guys all that content in the next few months, and continuing that, right? Because I think that's going to be the next big thing in terms of, building your brand and just getting more leads, right? I mean, that's what we all want as real estate agents. We want some leads, and we want easy leads. We want people to come and just say, "Hey, Paul, I saw you on your YouTube. You seem like a great educator, or not educator, but like a great real estate agent. And I want to hire you," right? Those are the calls that I want to get. So that's why I'm making the effort to get those calls. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll be on here for another minute, unless you guys do not have any questions. Stephanie, what's up? How you doing? All right, guys. So if you guys do not have any questions, I'm gonna get going. But before I leave, make sure that you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just Google search Paul Salazar, Hilton and Hyland. It'll pop on your Google search, and hit the subscribe button so you can start getting notifications for my new videos coming up. I would really appreciate that. All right, I think we are done for the day. If you guys haven't seen my IG live from yesterday, Tara's an agent on my team. We did a really cool neighborhood tour of the Venice canals. It's gonna be really, really funny and really, really educational as well. All right, guys, I'm gonna bounce. Have a great weekend. I'm gonna have a great weekend myself. I'm gonna go up to Seattle, and then I'm gonna come back home and probably get some rest. I got a long week next week, and I'm excited for the summertime. I'm excited for some sun and some vacation. All right, guys, have a good one. See you later. Bye.